Hey folks, Ryan Norris here at Toyota of Easley for this week's Ask Ryan episode. Thank you for joining us. We're having customers send in questions to us, and keep them coming because we're having a really good time with this. This week we picked the question of what are the most important questions to ask when purchasing a used vehicle? That's very important because there's a lot more that goes into buying a used vehicle than a new vehicle, because on a new vehicle you don't have to worry about the history of it. You know that it's coming from the factory. On a used vehicle, there are some very important questions to ask. Number one, what's the history of the used vehicle I'm looking at? And with Carfax and KBB.com, which is KellyBlueBook.com, it's easier now than ever to see the history of your vehicle. Is it local? Is it from an area of the nation that may put salt down on roads or chemicals down on roads in the wintertime because of ice? I mean, those areas can cause rust on cars. So you want to know where the vehicle is coming from. Another question that you need to know is how many owners has the car had? Is it something that was bought retail by a customer new, or is it something that was bought that was part of a rental fleet? You may want to know those things. Some people choose not to buy a vehicle that has been a rental car before because they feel like it may not have been taken as good a care of as somebody's personal vehicle. That's not always the case, but some people just tend to steer away from that. You also want to take a look at the accident history on a used car. Has it ever been wrecked? That's why you should check out the Carfax on it. That's a complete history of the vehicle. If it has ever had a wreck reported to the DMV, which means has it ever had an accident report done on it, it's going to show up on the report. And not just has it had an accident, but how severe was it? Was it minor? Was it something that was just a dent on the fender and it was easily fixed and the car wasn't damaged otherwise? Or was it a disabling wreck that the airbags may have been deployed and had to be repacked when it was repaired? Was there frame damage on it? And you'll also want to make sure that the title is okay on it. Some vehicles are wrecked to the extent to where they total them and it has a salvage title. That's not something you want to buy. Some people will try to, go in and take a car that's been totaled and repair that. Any reputable used car dealer is not going to offer a car like that for sale on their lot, but you've got to be on the lookout for it. Do your homework on the car, take a look at it, put your eyes on it, but at the same time, do your research to see, is it a one-owner, local trade, or has it been all over? Has it been in a wreck? What's the history? Has the car been serviced? Carfax will also show the service history on a car, and there you can look to see if it's had any problems. Is there an existing problem on this vehicle that is the reason that the previous owner got rid of it? And Carfax will tell you that. So that's some things to take a look at. If you're looking at buying a used car, I always encourage customers to take it, if they have a personal mechanic, to let them take a look at it if it's a higher mileage vehicle and get a recommendation from there as well. There are some great used vehicles out there. It's a good way to go, but do your homework and know what you're getting and make sure that you're not getting something that's going to be a problem. You can take these steps to ensure that that won't happen. So hopefully that answers that question. Anything you want to ask about a car dealership, the buying process, the trade-in process, service, parts, whatever it may be, we want to answer these questions for you. Thanks for tuning in. Keep the questions coming to AskRyan@ToyotaofEasley.com, and we'll see you next week.